Hello! Today's video should be a nice and easy, simple one. Whenever I'm painting, I like to listen to audiobooks on these headphones. I load them up on my Nintendo DS. Got one of these little aftermarket cards that makes it work like an MP3 player because Moonshell has an excellent interface. The problem is, it's been in my pocket and, shoved in here and non-stop this thing's getting wiggled and stressed, and now the left ear doesn't work. Rather than replacing the entire set of headphones, which cost me $100, I can just replace this end piece with a different end piece. This cost me nothing. It was found on the side of a road, and it's actually gold plated when the original one wasn't, so this is actually an upgrade. Make sure you've got a soldering iron and solder and electrical tape. Shit. Okay, I got electrical tape. Clip off the broken end. Separate the wires into two separate ends. Now it's a quick matter of just stripping these wires. Why do wire strippers always suck? So now you'll probably notice that each wire actually contains two wires. Copper and green on one side, another copper and red on the other side. I've already stripped the other end, and I've noticed this has the same copper green, copper red. So now it's just a simple game of matching colors. But first, you'll want to scrape off a little bit of the coating on the cable, just to make sure there is a good contact there, because I have done this before where there's no actual wire touching, the signal's not getting through. So you can take something sharp and just shave off. Sandpaper works well. This is shrink tubing. This is the stuff you look at after you've soldered it together and realize, shit, I should have put that on first. Very important you keep the different color wires separated. If you get one strand of red into the copper, that can make it short, which sucks. Time for the actual soldering. This tool right here, I don't know what it's actually called, I just call it reverse tweezers. Probably one of the most useful soldering tools in the world. Take the wire, twist it together, clamp it in place. Now where the hell did my solder go? If you've bought an electronics kit recently, there's a very good chance it comes with lead-free solder. It's garbage, throw it out. Real solder contains lead. Works way better. Heat up the wire till it's nice and hot, then touch the solder to the wire. Try not to breathe in the lead fumes. They're a little bit bad for you. With solder, you can tell how good of a job you've done based on how shiny the solder is when you're finished. Since I'm not giving you a nice close-up of my work, you can probably figure out the kind of job I did. But I tested her out, she works beautifully, so it functions. That's what matters. Now, just take a little bit of electrical tape, wrap it around the exposed ends so they are isolated from each other. All four ends nice and isolated. Final check to make sure that didn't mess anything up. Perfect. The challenge is just finding a way to make the shrink wrap fit over top of these balls of electrical tape and solder. I'm not always successful in this challenge. You might notice this end, I couldn't exactly get the shrink tube to fit, so I just used a whack of epoxy and electrical tape. That looks nice, doesn't it? But it worked.